Well, I think it's safe to say the Roosters season is officially over. Well, I mean, it's not officially over, but I think we know what it means. Luke Keary went down. He's the Roosters at this point. Him and Tedesco, he's going down. They also, Lachlan Lam went down too, so both of the halves went down. They've punted Kyle Flanagan. They still got Sam Walker waiting in the wings, but he's young, so he's never played NRL. Roosters are gone. They are absolutely gone. There's no doubt about it. They are 100% gone. There's no way they're winning the Premiership. And that's coming from someone who had them predicted to win the Premiership. So there's no bias here. The Rabbitohs absolutely decimated them before the injuries, let alone after the injuries. So, look, I think the Rabbitohs immediately go into your favourites with Penrith, I'd say, and Melbourne. But I'd say Penrith and Rabbitohs in particular right at the top. But the Roosters, that is such a disappointment for them. Going into this season, I really thought they were going to contest for the Premiership, possibly even win it. Like I said, I predicted them to win it. And this Luke Keary injury and ACL out for the season, you would assume, it's a huge one. Despite them getting Victor Radley back and still having a fantastic side, there's just no way they're going to win it. This isn't like a couple of years ago when they still had Cooper Cronk who'd be able to carry them for a bit, or they had Mitchell Pearce, or had a couple of other players who'd be able to step up. Luke Keary is the main guy. He's the main half. He's the main sort of drive in terms of getting the team into the right areas and that. And he's not going to be there. And they don't have someone who's a suitable replacement. Now, if Lachlan Lam had went down, which he did, but if it was just Lachlan Lam going down, this is an opportunity for a Sam Walker or a Drew Hutchison or someone to just step up, play a couple games, and do the job. But it's a whole different story of Luke Keary. There's no replacing him, and there's no way the Roosters are going to win the Premiership. And it seems weird to be saying that after 3 rounds, but I just can't see it happening. And it is a shame that it kind of did happen when it did, because the Rabbitohs are absolutely amazing last night. They were so good. Cody Walker obviously picking up 2 tries. Latrell, just Jai Arrow. Just what a signing Jai Arrow's been. Very underrated in my opinion, but just fantastic performance from the Rabbitohs, but it's been overshadowed by the Roosters' injuries, despite how dominant the Rabbitohs were to start off with. It's like they smashed the Roosters, and then the Roosters got the injuries, so the talking point is going to be on the Roosters just because of how high profile the players who got injured were. But the whole Lindsay Collins knocked out, and then obviously both your halves going down. It's kind of a strange situation as well, because both of the halves went down. Generally, it's just one of them, and someone can just step in and fill in for a little bit. But instead, we had Drew Hutchison, who was just like a last-minute addition. I think because Victor Radley didn't play. So Hutchison's come onto the bench, headed up in the halves. Joey Manu was the other half, and Joey Manu actually set up a try with a kick. He actually looked quite good in the 5'8" half, but I don't know what he's actually playing in one of the half positions, but I'm assuming 5'8", but he put in a nice little grubber for Josh Morris. So maybe he's an option going forward. I don't know. You'd love to get Joey Manu involved in the game a lot more than what he is. And I know in the past they tried it with Latrell Mitchell. They got him in the 5'8" position. So maybe they're going to do it with Joey Manu. Maybe they're partnering with Sam Walker. But I can see it being Sam Walker, Drew Hutchison. But I really don't know what you do for the Roosters at this point. Because at least if Lachlan Lam's there, at least he's someone who's like still in the side. Now you need to have a completely fresh halves pairing. And that never generally works very well for teams. We've seen teams drop players because they're out of form, but having 2 guys both injured and then having to find a replacement last minute, 4 rounds into the season, the only thing I can think of is they come up with a signing somewhere through the season, like a mid-season signing, but I can't think of any players who are really suitable or would want to go there or like would take a pay cut or anything. I can't see it happening. I can't see them picking up anybody. But yeah, you'd say Sam Walker's definitely going to be in the halves, but this is absolutely catastrophic for the Roosters. It sounds weird to be sitting here and saying after 3 rounds and writing off a side. I mean, it's a couple of weeks ago I was talking about teams being the real deal and Roosters how good they were in that, and then a couple of weeks later it's like Roosters season done. But that's legit how big of an injury Luke Keary is. It's not just an injury too; it's the injury that he actually got, the fact that it's going to put him out for the season too. So it's a huge one. It's a huge one, and it changes everything in terms of the whole NRL landscape because, like I said, I had the Roosters winning the comp, at least being up there. The Rabbitohs didn't start the season that hot either. Obviously, losing to Melbourne. Melbourne came out real strong, but since then, Melbourne sort of faded away a little bit. They're sort of getting found out in terms of fitness, I think, and the Rabbitohs are going from strength to strength. Penrith have looked really good so far this season. So look, it's a bit of a toss-up who's going to actually win this comp. I'm starting to like the Rabbitohs and Penrith even more, especially now the Roosters, I'd say they're ruled out. So I'm really liking them. Even a team like the Eels, this is an opportunity for a team like the Eels and the Raiders to take that step up. There's a very winnable comp here. So this does change the landscape in terms of not only the Roosters, but just in terms of the NRL in general, because you just got a premiership heavyweight, a premiership favourite in the Roosters just going down within the first couple of weeks. And look, maybe the Roosters will come out and shock me. Maybe they will. They still got Tedesco. They still got a very strong side. I have no doubts that they'll probably make the 8. or maybe even a top 4. Maybe even a top 4. Who knows? But I just can't see him winning a premiership. Even when they won them premierships, Luke Keary was so instrumental in there. Despite having Cooper Cronk as his halves partner, Luke Keary was the one to step up and essentially win them game. He came up with the big plays at the big times. Also, Latrell Mitchell was another one. He's obviously not there. So all of their big clutch, big time players, they're not there anymore. So yeah, I really don't know where the Roosters go from here, apart from chucking in Sam Walker and chucking in Manship's halves, because there's no real quality halves in the wings. There's guys who can fill in for a couple of rounds, but there's no one that you want there for a whole season. So yeah, Roosters, it's dire straits for them, which is weird being the Roosters that they're in dire straits considering the team that they normally have. So it's a predicament they haven't really found themselves in before, and I haven't really seen too many teams lose both their halves in the same game. So it's a predicament I haven't seen many teams in. So yeah, I don't really know where the Roosters go from here. I've said that a couple times, but leave in the comment section below. What's going to happen with the Roosters? Where do you think they're going to go? Do they chuck in Sam Walker? Do they sign someone? No doubt they'll be trying to sign someone, but whether it happens, who really knows? But yeah, leave in the comment section below. What are your thoughts on the Roosters? What are your thoughts on the Rabbitohs too? They were absolutely fantastic. Definitely really upped their credentials in terms of winning a premiership this year. Just my stock went straight into the Rabbitohs last night. So yeah, really was impressed with what I saw. Obviously, I didn't really watch the whole game, but I saw a good enough majority of it to know that the Rabbitohs are absolutely dominant. And that's kind of why, because I kept looking at the scoreline and I was like, yeah, no, Rabbitohs run away with this one. And then obviously people started going down with injury. And yeah, the game became more interesting because of the injuries rather than the game, because Rabbitohs had it wrapped up in the first half. So yeah, like I said, leave in the comment section below. What are your thoughts of the game? What are your thoughts of the Roosters season? I'd love to know. Also, while you're at it, go ahead and give me a follow on social media. It's on the screen right now. It's Mr. Luke on YT. My Facebook is just Mr. Luke. So go ahead and give me a follow, give me a like, do all that sort of stuff. Speaking of likes, give me a like on this video if you enjoyed it. Subscribe to the channel if you're new around here. Turn on the notification bell. Super important in terms of letting you see the video, because you know the sub boxes quite dodgy. So don't rely on the sub boxes. Use the notification bell. Way better. Anyways, that's what I'm going to wrap up this video. A short little one. Just had to talk about the Roosters because they're absolutely screwed for 2021. Maybe in the long term, this is going to be good for Luke Keary, considering all the head knocks and that. Gives him time to sort of reassess and recover from that, I guess. But yeah, in terms of 2021, they're Gorners. Speaking of Gorners, that's me as well. See yous.